Do you want to get in better shape? Today, we're going to talk about business athletes and how we can be in top shape physically, as well as in our energy levels and performance wise. So, this message is tailored to folks who work in business. We have demanding schedules, but how do we stay healthy and in shape and in top performance and peak energy levels? That's what we're going to talk about on today. I recently moved to Tampa, Florida, which is a very big city on fitness. And while I get set up here, if someone could let me know in the comments if you can hear me with my good microphone. Sometimes the computer sets up to the computer microphone that sounds raggedy. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me with my good audio here. So if somebody could let me know in the comments if you have good audio or if you have bad audio, I would appreciate it. I'm trying to take a quick peek here, but it's not showing me. So let me know in the comments if it's good audio or not. Let's see if I can look right here, Mr. Producer. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's dive into it. Top 5 tips to thrive, to get into better shape and better strength. And what I was saying about Tampa is there's a lot of fit people here. So it's really motivating to get outside and go on walks and things of that nature. But I've noticed as I'm getting in better shape physically and healthy wise, it's giving me more energy to work on income producing activities and serve my customers at a higher level. And it's just been awesome. So I want to share my fitness journey with you and some things that I'm practically doing that you could practically do that will move the needle for us. And I know a lot of you are like really into fitness and more advanced than me. So your insights, comments, feedback is always welcome. We are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Oops. Yeah. And on Facebook, I put it on my wrong Facebook. I have a Facebook page with like 83,000 followers, and I put it on my personal one. That's like my mom and my aunt and Pookie follow me on there. But anyway, they can enjoy this. All right. So top 5 tips to get into better shape. And we're going to start with the first one, which is obviously exercise. So exercise is super important. What I personally have been trying to do is 3 hours a day. Let me see, Mr. Producer, if I can add that to my other Facebook as well. If it'll let me do that. We'll see. It might be adding it to the big Facebook page as well. Okay, but anyway, I try to walk 3 miles a day. So if I can go more, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's go. But I don't like to do running and I don't like to do jogging. And there's a lot of research that I've done that actually supports that walking is the most efficient of them all. If it's like a brisk walk, a nice walk, not like you're going super slow, like some guy at the mall, but I mean, some people at the mall walk fast. But anyway, we have all these epic walking paths here in Tampa, the Tampa River Walk, Bayshore Boulevard, all kind of nice places. If I'm down in Sarasota, there's obviously all the beaches and everything like that. So trying to go for 3 miles a day is a great starting place. And just walking every day. So one of my top 5 tips to getting in great shape, top performance in business is walking every single day. And I like to do it earlier in the day to get that sunlight, that natural sunlight of the sun. Down here in the Sunshine State, it's bright, it's hot. So the earlier in the day you go, the better. But I also like to walk in the evenings as well. But it's nice to kind of get that fresh air and get off to a start of the day with a nice walk. So tip number 1 to get into shape is exercise and walking. Walking is what I like to do. Number 2 is obviously the elephant in the room, and that's nutrition. So eating what they would say is nutrient dense foods. So in the grocery store, typically on the perimeter of the store, you have things that have less ingredients down to one ingredient, right? So you have in the produce section, right? You have an apple, and the ingredient of an apple is just one. It's an apple, right? An ingredient of a pineapple is just one. It's the pineapple. Ingredient of a watermelon is just one ingredient, watermelon. So when God created the food for us, he created it with nutrients and intentionality for the food to fuel our body with energy and health and all of these good things. So we've got it corrupted in some ways when you're looking at an ingredient label on food and there's like 20 things and you can't even pronounce half of them. And you start getting all these, artificial flavors and all this stuff. I ain't want that crap in my body, right? I want God's nutrients into my body. So going outside and walking in the fresh air and getting sunlight, that's great for our health, but also um, putting the foods that God created into our bodies is super important. So um, I know there's all people that debate should you eat red meat or not. I mean, I like it, so I eat it, but it's one ingredient, right? A steak is one thing, right? I love a nice ribeye, juicy steak, medium rare. Let's go. I'll do a New York strip steak. I'll do a burger, but it's one ingredient, right? Now obviously I'll put salt and pepper and things of that nature to flavor it. But the point is when we go to the grocery store, there's all kind of traps in the middle of the store where you got things in boxes and you got things in bags and you got things when you look at the back on the ingredients, there's all kind of things. Those aren't the best for our body. So um if I'm gonna go out to like a restaurant or whatever, I went out to lunch. I played golf with this oh, I played golf on Saturday and we went out to lunch and it's a nice country club type thing and we get lunch and I just ordered a salad and I got grilled chicken and a salad. And after I ate it, we went out and played more golf. I felt good. Like I felt energized. I felt really good. So that's something good to order is salads with some kind of protein on top, whether it's chicken or steak or whatever. Here in Tampa, we have some really healthy restaurants, like fast food restaurants. So there's one called Naked Farmer, and then Kava and Fresh Kitchen. And these places are like Chipotle, where you can go through and you can get salad as your base, and then or rice, and then you can load it up with protein and then all the veggies and vegetables and things of that nature. Now, a lot of folks who have a lawn care business, a landscaping business, a pressure washing business, you're like, Paul, we don't have Naked Farmer in Timbuktu. We don't have Cabo. We don't have Fresh Kitchen. We don't even have Chipotle, right? We got ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Mickey D's, Wendy's, Arby's, Zaxby's, right? And all that fried food and all that stuff. Now, Warren Buffett, right? You ever seen his diet? The man eats McDonald's, Dairy Queen, and he's in his, I think he's still alive. He's in his like mid 90s, multi-billionaire. And his diet's not the best, but he has, and I don't want to get off my notes here because I have some really good points I want to make sure, but he has emotional health. Like he has a pep in his step. He really enjoys his job as somebody who is an investor and building these businesses and buying businesses, and like he loves what he does for a living. He's obviously been extremely successful at it for decades, but there's a correlation between our health and our emotions. Like God created our bodies. We put them in categories, right? But God didn't. Like he our bodies are all interconnected. Like our inside of our body, all the body parts are interconnected and functioning together. And our emotions and our health, they're like one and the same. And so, not to get on a side tangent, but what I was wondering, I was like, how's Warren Buffett's diet? Like the food he puts in his body is not the best, right? He eats McDonald's all the time and Dairy Queen and all this stuff, but he's in his 90s. And then you have other people who eat as healthy as can be, and they drop um, unalived, right? At like these early ages. But I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on all of this, but I do know one thing about Warren Buffett is like he's happy to go to work. He has a mission. He has responsibilities. He has a pep in his step to lead his company. And so those positive emotions and all of that has given him energy and longevity and all of that. So with that being said, I want to have that, I want to be in my mid 90s and still be working and serving people and operating at the highest level. But my path to get there is I'm going to stick to the plan of nutrient dense foods and eating what God created. And I literally can feel a difference. Like if I went and I ate um, fried foods and like processed foods, things with a lot of ingredients in it, it's going to weigh me down versus eating good, clean protein with vegetables and just smart things. So if you're out in the lawn care business, back to my point, back to my notes, and you're in the truck all day, you're serving your customers, what are some snacks that you can be munching on that are, more on the healthy side? So almonds are good, apple slices, apple slices with peanut butter, some of the beef jerkies. My friend, I was talking to a doctor friend of mine. He said something about the nitrates are bad or something like that. So try to get like when you're looking at the beef jerky on the back, but it doesn't have that. I think I use a brand called Chomps, Valio. I forget. There's other brands I use. I don't have them off the top of my head. There's another brand I use that's really good too. I've used Archer before, but anyway, just make sure it doesn't have the nitrates on the ingredient label, according to my friend Dr. Frank. But those are good on the go snacks. And then if I'm going to go out golfing or whatever, I love to take fruit. So watermelon, pineapple. If I'm going to slice up apples, I don't like when they get brown. So I got to make sure I put like ice packs and stuff in my lunchbox. But I golf with a fella who's very successful in business, and he's 64 years old, and the dude's just jacked. Like his triceps are just busting out of his golf shirt, and you know, um, he's great shape, and he's 64. But what I've noticed is when we go golfing, he only eats one ingredient foods. Like he'll be eating pineapples or he'll be eating um, oranges. He eats a lot of oranges. So we'll be out there and he's just peeling an orange and then eating an orange. And then a few holes later, he's eating another orange. You're like, hey, you want an orange? And then, but he's always eating very, very healthy. Top 5 tips to improve our shape, like get in shape, like, get rid of our belly fat and get flat abs and get strength. So, number 1, exercise every day. I like to walk at least 3 miles a day. Number 2, nutrient dense foods. Number 3 is to hydrate like a pro. So, drink a lot of water. I'm in Florida. It's hot down here. So staying hydrated is super important. Some of y'all may see I go to the Sarasota IV Lounge a lot and I get IVs there. We have a really cool partnership. They are awesome to work with, and they um, hook me up with these IVs, and I make videos for them, and it's awesome. But those IVs I get are for hydration purposes, and then they load them up with nutrients like vitamin B nutrients and vitamin C and zinc and magnesium and NAD and all this stuff, and it really pumps me up with fluids, hydration, and energy, and it's awesome. But even if you don't have an IV therapy near you, it's just as simple as right now I'm drinking water. Shout outs to John Deere, my big old cup here. But I just like to drink water all day long to stay hydrated. So there's a book I read, or I listened to it on Audible. It was all about water and how God created water and our bodies need water. And it was so fascinating. But the takeaway from the book was drink a lot of water. It will solve a whole bunch of our problems. So dehydration is definitely something um, that's an issue. Number 4, top 5 tips to get in better shape and improve our strength. And this is tailored more for us who are small business owners who have these demanding schedules. But number 4 is sleep recovery. So get 7 to 8 hours of sleep to boost our focus, to let our bodies repair, just like your cell phone, right? If you don't charge it up, eventually it's going to be in that low power mode under 20%. And then it starts getting kind of run down. And then, it's 10%, 5%. Has your phone ever died before? And it's like, well, how do you get it to work again? You have to recharge it. So our bodies are the same way, are the same thing. In this age, we have to sleep. I'm not sure for those of us who make it to heaven, that's what I'm hoping to do is, go up, not down. I think it says in the Bible that there's no day or night in the age to come for those who make heaven. I don't know. Never been there. I'm hoping to get there, but plan on getting there. But I don't know if we'll sleep like in heaven. I don't know. But it sounds like we might not. Like there's no day or night. So if there's no night, maybe there's no sleep. But in this earth, in this age, we do sleep. And what repairs our bodies, the sleep, there's just so many studies that sleep um is the time where our body's repairing itself. So I like to sleep in a dark, cool room. I get my AC going nice and cool at night. Um, and then I make sure the room's dark so there's not like lights that are bright and things like that. And then I try to actually keep my phone out of my room so that I'm not um scrolling on the phone and then that light is going into my eyes late at night and just wasting time. I try to get to bed, get that recovery because I wake up early to go for my morning walk and get the day started. So 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night. Really, the thing that's going to rob our sleep is this phone right here. So if you can get your phone away from your bedroom and just go to sleep, that will be helpful. So far we've talked about walking, we've talked about eating nutrient dense foods, talked about hydrating, we've talked about sleep, and then I would just say like a strength training. So I personally try to work out probably 6 days a week. If my bodies start getting a little tired, I'll take a day off. Um, but I'll do a chest and shoulders day at the gym. With some core. So I mean, our core is super important. So, I mean, it obviously looks good when you take your shirt off and you got flat abs or a six pack, but also it's just good to have that as like the strength of our body. So I'll do like a chest tri day. Pardon me, not chest tri day. I used to do that, a chest and shoulders day. And then the next day I'll do back with some bicep curls and then some tricep extensions. There's the gym I work out that has a little tricep machine, so I'll do that. Usually do a little core with that too. Today I did legs. I just actually out on my walk, I just did lunges. So I'd walk for a while and then I would do lunges. I didn't have any weights or anything. It was just no weights, but I'll do some lunges. Now, if I'm going to be at the gym or whatever and I'm going to do lunges, I'll have like the weights in my hands. But those are great lunges. Um, and yeah, so a legs day. So that's kind of my routine. And then I just start back with chest, shoulders, day one, then day two, back. Um, do like this machine, the row, curls, tricep stuff, back and arms day, and then a legs day. And I try to mix in core there. And then just rinse and repeat that. So what is a business athlete? I have a friend, he's worth over $100 million. He's very successful. He's built 3 or 4 businesses that have the revenue of the business is over 10 million. And one of these businesses is active, like he's the owner and running it currently. And then one of them he sold for an outrageous amount of money, just crazy, crazy, crazy money. But I was like, hey, what's the biggest like tips you have for me? And there's 2 things that stood out to me that he shared with me. Is one, he's like, I wish I would have exercised every day, like or exercise daily, because there was ebbs and flows of building these businesses where he just I don't say let himself go because he's in great shape now, but he didn't prioritize the exercise. So I always took note of that. So I was like, okay, my main thing I'm going to do every day is at least go on my walk every day. And if I can do my strength trainings on top of that, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to eat as healthy as I can every day. So I was like, okay, I learned that lesson from him and I'm trying to implement it. And his other life lesson to me was have as many kids as you can. So him and his wife only had 2 kids and now he's older and he's super rich. He's got so much money, but he's older than me and his wife's older than me. So they're like biology of having more kids is done. And he's got all the money. I mean, he's got all this money, but he's like, I wish I had more kids to enjoy the money with. Like, you know, and his two kids, he loves his two kids, and they have an awesome family dynamic and an awesome family. But that was the two things he shared with me. It's like exercise every day and have a bunch of kids. All right. So in summary, the top 5 tips to get in better shape and strength is to, these aren't in order, but to eat nutrients dense foods. So ideally 1 ingredient foods, the foods God created, to walk every day and get sunlight, like get outside and walk. I know some of you are like, well, I like to jog, I like to run. Hey, go for it. I like to walk. But the point is, we're doing cardio outdoors, getting sunlight, moving our bodies, eating nutrient dense foods, um, staying hydrated, drinking plenty of water, um, sleep, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, and then doing some kind of strength training, strengthening our core, strengthening our muscles, and all of that. So my business athlete point was folks that are professional athletes. Let's say you play in the National Football League, right? Football season's coming here. Their whole job is to be at peak performance at game time on Sunday. So throughout the week, they're doing, strength training and cardio training and working out and getting IVs and getting recovery and getting their bodies ready so that, let's say the game starts Sunday at 1 p.m. When that football kicks off, they're ready to go, whatever their position is, they're ready to go out there and get after it. Well, as business owners, we like every day is game day, right? Depending on what kind of business you're in, if there's a customer that needs served, we got to be on top of our game to keep our customers happy, because happy customers, they pay us money. And then, depending on your business model, you got reoccurring work. You got to serve the customer, right? And in sports, you can win, you can lose, stuff like that. But in business, what winning looks like is making the customer happy and making sure financially you're doing it in a way where you're making profit after you pay all your expenses and the customer pays you, that you got plenty of profit left over. But the better our health is, the better we're going to be able to serve our customers, our teams. And so my point is, the way an athlete, professional athlete, takes care of their body so they can go be ready on game day, as business owners, we should be taking care of our bodies so we can go out and serve our teams and serve our customers at the highest level. So I hope this helps. To all of our friends on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube, thanks for watching. This is called the Green Industry Podcast. I started it back in 2018, just sharing the journey of my lawn care business and what I was learning along the way. And I've been doing the podcast every single day now, Monday through Friday. A fresh new episode we put out there on Apple and Spotify on the Green Industry Podcast, talking about taking our business and our life to the next level. And then people have been like, you should put it on video. So here we are. YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, we're on video. So thanks for watching out there. Thanks for listening. Real quick, my new book is out, Level Up Your Money, Biblical Principles for Financial Success. You can pick up your copy of this on the Amazon paperback. They will ship it right to you. You got the Amazon Prime. Is that what it's called? Prime? Amazon Prime? Yeah, and they'll ship it to you in 2 days or less. I mean, they'll ship it to you fast. And they'll print it on demand. So the way Amazon works is they have these warehouses all throughout the world, a lot of them here in the United States. So when you order my book, they'll literally print it on demand. So a few hours after you order it, the order will go into Amazon and they'll literally print it. And then on the very last page of the book, my book was printed in Orlando, Florida. They'll put the date here of when they printed it and what state and city they printed it in. So I ordered mine on July 28th and they printed it in Orlando, and you can smell it. It smells like fresh wood, trees, paper. It smells really good. I don't know if you've ever smelled a fresh book. Like, I'm not talking one that's been in the library for like a year. I'm talking a fresh book. They just printed it. It smells so good. It's refreshing. It's like the woods, right? That's how they get paper, right? They cut down trees and I don't know what they do, but it smells good. So you can get your copy of Level Up Your Money on Amazon. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.